What causes scoliosis? If you got it, Greg, that's a good question. If you got it, you want to reverse it. When you work your body or work your loved ones or whatever, and you're working a body, you feel all those tight lumps and humps, and you feel where the tissues and muscles are real tight over another one. You feel all that. That's when the lymph system, that's when you feel the lymph system getting stagnant, and you can see it going right down your spine when you feel it real tight and stiff. When you start to build up, and remember the spinal fluid also is moving waste, so when you get stagnant and the removal of these wastes, then you see acidosis setting in. And when you see acidosis setting in, you see everything that goes along with this. You see, from one view, the cationic or the catabolic process that's involved with acids. The aggressive, the chewing, the breaking down, the ripping apart. That's what acids do. Take a look at hydrochloric acid and what its job is in the stomach. You eat a piece of dead animal, what's its job? You eat a nut, what's its job? It's to rip initially the protein side of that, to start breaking down connective tissue, muscle, rip apart. The problem is we have very low hydrochloric acid anyway as humans. We're not meat eaters. So we don't have the level of hydrochloric acid that, say, an omnivore does. So we don't do well with that. And then when we're eating all this protein, it creates an acid environment in the small duodenum. Well, the problem with that is all your digestive enzymes in the duodenal or in the small bowel area is an alkaline. Most of your alkaline digestive enzymes operate at around 7.5 to 8 pH. And so that's essential to have that alkaline environment, even for lipase, protease. That's for your lipids and your peptides, and to get down to those amino acids. So you have to have that alkaline environment. When you're constantly putting proteins in, you're not allowing for that environment, and nature of those foods keeps acidosis within the small bowel as well. So you have incomplete digestion at best. You have fermentation, putrefaction, always passing gas, always having these type of problems. And then, of course, fungus is going to come in. People are going to come in there. Little microbes and things are going to come in. And, finish up the job that you've created there. So when you start backing up, and you start backing up this lymph system, you start backing up what? Acids, right? What does your body use to stop this, to try to stop this? What is your body? Because this has to be stopped or you break down. Oh, look, my joint's gone. Oh, look at that big, exactly. Oh, look, all my fingers are gone. All my knees are gone. My hips are gone. Shoulder, all of these things. It's all from acid cytochemistry. Then the acids are, you're not moving them out, not filtering them out through the kidneys. So it's important that that be done. Important that filtration of the kidneys is met, because this is the removal of acid waste. And the removal of acid waste is prime to being well. And so your body is going to fight this. How does your body fight acidosis? There's three basic simple ways the body tries to deal with this. That's after the body has tried to use its natural corticosteroids from the adrenal glands. Let's assume that the body has tried that to the point where there's not enough, you're low in your adrenal steroids. The job is massive because your whole body now is backing up head to toe lymphatically. So, cholesterol is the number one lipid of the lymph system, and that's just what you see. Whether it's LDL or HDL, who cares? One's inside, one's the cell wall, and one's outside. Just LDL seems to be the adrenals and the outside. So this gets blamed for being the bad boy. It's not the bad boy at all. It's all good boys. We need those lipids. That's why when you go, we talked about this before, when you go on a lipid diet, you feel better. A high-fat diet, you feel better. You don't want to do that because that's ketosis, and you just keep on going down that road. But you feel better for a while. Why? The neutralization of acids Anti-inflammatory. That's what lipids are. Anti-inflammatory or antacid. And that's exactly why you feel better. But you create acid ketosis. You know, you can't do the lipids at a level that's too high, or proteins at a level, or amino acids even at a level that's too high. But generally you don't, and can't with amino acids, because you can't eat enough structure of fruits and berries and melons and salads to overdo them. You can pack them with the green drinks. That's why bodies, you know, you can get quite large and healthy muscles by packing green drinks. So, you've got muscles that hold your spine in place on each side of your back. One kidney is always weaker than another one. So one kidney always loses its filtration a little more than the other one. So that side gets hard and stiff. And you have a tendency to pull the one side to the stronger side is going to pull on the weaker side and pull it out. And it's going to pull it. It can pull it any way. And at the same time, let's look, what's the second thing your body uses? Calcium. So the more you're acidic, and the more you feel this down your back, right, especially right to the kidneys, lower back, all lower back, it starts to leach the calcium out of your vertebrae. So what do you see from that? You see herniations of vertebrae, you see compression of vertebrae, you see scoliosis, you see all kinds of things, because you're losing the strength and tone of the tissues to what? Acidosis. Now what's the third thing your body uses to fight acids? Edema, liquids, water. So what do you see in acidosis? Swelling. This is simple. It's all natural processes, all simple stuff. We should be taught all this simple stuff in high school. By the time we graduate out of high school, we should know our bodies, how to take care of them, how to feed them, everything like that. Don't you think? The average person has no clue. I can't even tell you some of the questions here that are bizarre, showing you people don't know their bodies whatsoever.